Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of A White Man Talks Race with White America. Today, I want to talk about things not to say if you don't want to be considered a racist as a white person. And this is like should be some common sense stuff. Some of it's some stuff you may not realize. This is really about either overt aggression, and racial things, racist things, or even some subtle racism that you may or may not know that is coming out of your mouth in an offensive way. So the first one is the easy one, the N word. Never ever, don't ever use it. The A version, the R version, the O version. No version of any of the N word should ever come out of your mouth as a white American. Not when you're singing, not when you're palling around with your buddies, not when you're telling that racist joke that you shouldn't be telling. There should never be a situation where the N word pops out of your mouth as a white person. So just that's a absolute rule. There's no exception to that. So hopefully that's an easy one. Here's some other things that you may or may not be saying that are in fact racist. One would be, "Oh, you're a beautiful woman," or "Wow, she's a cute girl," for a black girl. That in part, for a black girl or for a black woman, that's racist. Like that basically says, black women and black girls aren't as cute or pretty or nice as white women. That's a that doesn't even make sense. So that second part, or you could even add that on the male side. Man, he's handsome, or what a good looking guy for a black guy. No. That's a racist. That's whether it's subtly or unintentional, but it's definitely a racist statement when you add for a black person of any sort in any fashion. Another way that you're probably showing some racial bias is when you say, "Wow, you speak well for a black person." That's implying that black people don't know how to speak. Like that's not there's like why would you think that? Why would you feel the need to add for a black person? Is there a way that a black person is supposed to talk as opposed to a white person? All of these things are they come across as racist. They are racist. If you don't intend to be racist, the whole purpose of this video is just to let you know that they are in fact racist. So you need to stop touching black people's hair. Never. Like stop. They're not objects that you just you admire and want to touch and explore. Black people's hair is in a lot of cases different than white people's hair, but it's not something for you to engage with and touch and talk about, obsess about, and model over. That gets really uncomfortable, and it's not something that most of the black Americans that I know have any interest in engaging in, is a conversation about the uniqueness and difference of their hair, and certainly don't want you touching their hair. So, let's stop that. Another thing is the stares. Like, imagine being one of the only people that look like you in a situation. And look, black America makes up 13 to 14% of the United States population. White America makes up about 75%. So there's almost never a case or a chance that a white American is going to be the only one of them in a situation. That's not universally true for sure, but there, in most cases, whether it's at the job, at a restaurant, in downtown, wherever you find yourself, white America tends to be the majority of the faces in the population. Black America tends to be the minority of faces in the scenario. So staring or not welcoming and not embracing the black faces and the black people that you see in your environment, don't stop. Talk about uncomfortable. Imagine if you were the only white face in a spot and everyone just kind of stared at you either subtly or directly. How uncomfortable would that be? That's just a subtle form of racism that you got to stop. So there are a lot of ways to exhibit racist behavior. A lot of them have been, passed down from generation to generation in the white community. It's not about your past and what you've done wrong. This video is not about that. What this video is about is acknowledging that some of these racist actions, some of these racial biases exist, and taking the initiative to stop doing them, to fix them, to start to heal race relations between white and black America, and more than anything, to get involved in advocating for and bringing about an end to systemic racism and let's get some racial justice going on as well. So the video, again, there are subtle things that you can do or overt things that you can do as a white person that are absolutely racist. Let's stop doing those. No more, never use the N word ever again. Never refer to black people as you people. That's like, I mean, talk about racist statement. Don't ever do that. Never talk about a black person and add for a black person at the end of a compliment. Like you're super smart for a black person. You talk really well for a black person. That's insulting. Like stop. Don't ever do that. If you've done it, don't ever do it again. Stop staring. Stop making black Americans uncomfortable if and when they find themselves as one of the only people that look like them in a space. Let's make sure that like you would want to be, treat people like you would want to be treated. I want to be comfortable when I walk into a place. I don't want to feel like I'm an oddball and people are judging me and staring at me and not engaging me and not giving me the same courtesy and respect I would give them if the situation was reversed. And finally, don't ever touch a black person's hair. Stop. Don't ever, that's like, talk about just rude. Don't do that. Learn some manners. Let's work actively to acknowledge the things that we've done wrong in white America that have been offensive or just straight up racist towards black America. Let's acknowledge that those things have happened and in a large part continue to happen. Let's, through that acknowledgement, stop doing those things. Let's start doing things differently, and let's start to heal the relationships between black and white America, and more than anything, let's get actively involved in fixing and stopping racism. It's got to stop. We need everybody's help. I hope that hope the message has been helpful. There are a lot of things to learn and grow from as it relates to learning about racism and learning about the opportunity to be a part of the movement to stop racism. I hope that this video has reached someone that needed to hear it, and I hope more than anything that you'll get involved and help bring an end to systemic racism and racial injustice in the community or in America. If I can ever help point you in the right direction or get you started or be a consultant for you to help you learn how to do this, please reach out to me. You can reach me on Facebook, you can reach me on LinkedIn, Instagram, a lot of places you can find me. More than anything, I'd love to be a resource for you. And at the end of the day, let's get this racism thing out of the country. Look forward to talking to you again soon. Peace.